Hi everyone, it's Leela with Miss Kiss Creations and Onyx. Welcome back to our channel. Today's video, we are reviewing 6 brands of alcohol inks. I get so many videos asking which brands they should use, which brands I use, and what are my favorite brands. All of those questions are going to be answered in this video. And if you do want me to review anything else or compare any items, please leave a comment in the description below and I'll be sure to maybe make a next video about it. So what I did was I went to Amazon and I typed in alcohol inks and I chose 3 alcohol ink brands that Amazon recommended for me. So I chose one that was Amazon's bestseller and I also chose 2 other brands that had very good reviews. I also try to keep it within a $15 to $25 limit per case because I know whenever you're first starting out with tumblers, you don't want to put all of your money and invest all of your money into your business. And then you'll see that I reviewed my favorite top 3 brands. This video is brought to you by Dossier, an elegant yet affordable perfume for him and her. Check out my description below for their website and a 10% off coupon code for you to use today. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this video. I'm first going to test these Picasso brand alcohol inks. There's 24 inside of the box and I'll post how much they cost on the screen. They are supposedly going to be vibrant colors, so we'll be the judge of that, right? So you get 24 and it comes with a little alcohol ink color sheet and it tells you all the colors that's inside of the box, so I like that. And it also gives you a 15% off purchase code. And then it comes with all of these colors. They're small, so alcohol inks are always small, so they're going to be small containers. The colors I'm gonna be choosing are going to be all purples and pinks and blues for this design. I'm probably gonna end up choosing these types of colors for all 3 tumblers only because I love the colors so much. Before I test these, I'm showing you all I have my 20-ounce stainless steel tumbler. I prepped this, sanded it down. I also placed 2 coats of pop of color paints on this tumbler as well. So she's ready to go for some alcohol ink. I have some 91% alcohol just in case. I have some napkins. I have my makeup sponges or my art sponges I use to apply my alcohol inks. I have some paint brushes that I always use for my inks. First, I'm going to unscrew all the caps. So let's start out with the tip of this bottle. I really do like the diameter of this tip. I always like a smaller than thicker tip. So in my opinion, this is a smaller tip. Of course, if you cut it down lower, because you have to cut this to open this, it's going to be flowing a little more than if you cut it more up top. Y'all know I'm heavy-handed and I'd rather have to add more ink than have to try to take away and possibly ruin a project. I'm going to take my craft scissors and I'm going to cut off each tip. Make sure you're just holding it in your hand and then simply just cutting off the tip, and I just sprayed that alcohol ink everywhere. So this is probably gonna be a huge big fat mess, but it's okay, we'll get through it together. So just try to cut that off as slowly, it's ink's going everywhere, as slowly as you can, and just be prepared to mess up everything in your craft room. Ooh. And you could tell I'm wearing gloves. I don't know this brand of alcohol ink, so I don't know how much is gonna come off, if it's even gonna come off, so we'll see. Let's start adding them to the tumbler. I guess this is more of me testing the inks, but also y'all are gonna see how I create the bomb alcohol ink tumblers. Let's add the fuchsia because for some reason my heart is just wanting to add this to the tumbler so badly. So you can add this with your sponges or your paint brushes, and you can see that some of that alcohol splattered on this brush or this sponge. So it has a little bit of blue on there, so that's why there's blue transferring. It's not because it's changing colors. That's just going to happen. So it's all going to blend out in the end. It's okay. So the fuchsia is being added. This is vibrant, it's pretty. And I'm just going to add this in random areas. Now let's add violet again. Woof. Adding that baby in random areas. Okay, I'm really liking these colors. I like how vibrant these are. This was a lot more vibrant before they dried. Now that it's dried, I don't know if it's because it's the pop of color paint, which is that white base, or that's just how they like to dry. So I see on the paper plate, they kind of dry ashy too. I don't know if that like makes sense. Like it's not that like vibrant color, you know? All right, so let me go ahead and finish adding all these inks, and then I'll show you how I kind of mush them all together. So I've placed most of the inks on the tumbler, so you can see that the tumbler is basically 95% covered. There's a little bit of white spots, but I just let that be. So these colors were vibrant until they dried, so I'm really curious to see how these are going to look under epoxy. I'm not used to this dullness in my life. I need some vibrant alcohol ink. This is when I go in with my alcohol, and I either keep it inside of this Dollar Tree container I found at the Dollar Tree in the makeup section, or I have like a spray bottle, but either way, however you want. And then just take a paintbrush and dab the paintbrush in the alcohol, and then basically just dab around or blot around areas on your tumbler. And you can see whenever I added that alcohol ink on there, it turned vibrant. So it makes me really excited until the cup dries, and then it's like sad face. I'm just blobbing to make the lines not as harsh, and then you can see like a good mix. So then I go back in with some more color, and this beautiful wet, not dried, super vibrant area, which I believe is the rose hip. Yes, that looks beautiful. And then I'm going to just dab some more around there, and then it just kind of blends all together. And then you can see like that blue just created that nice wave, and it really does look vibrant. But now it's starting to dry, and then it starts to look dull. But you know what? A lot of things start shining up under epoxy, so let's have faith, kids. Let's have faith. And that's basically it. So you thought you were just going to get a test video, but look at that. You got a little tutorial while you were watching. This is basically how you do it. I'm not going to explain this again. I'm just going to jump right in and review the other two alcohol inks. On to the next. Okie doke. Now for the next one, cute little packaging. The brand, Nawod. Nawod. Pronounce that however you want to pronounce it. That's not the point. The point is we're reviewing how it actually works. This one comes in 26 colors. Again, the price will be posted on your screen right now. So the other one came with 24 colors. This one came with a whopping 26 colors. So we'll see. And just for test purposes, I'm using new paintbrushes, new makeup wedges, and then a new cup of alcohol. I don't want to mix anything and do this the wrong way. Cute little bottles. These look like medicine. Okay, these are plastic. Let's see if we have to cut off the top, because I'm starting to realize that cutting off, oh, these are childproof. Okay, so a lot of things happening. Let's first try to open the bottle by pushing down and not being a child and acting like an adult. All right, maybe there's instructions, because okay. So at least this one gives you warning. I don't know, maybe the other one did in the instructions, but this one definitely says that these bottles the ink might splatter everywhere whenever you're cutting off the tip. So at least they warn you. So now I have to go back to the other one to see if they warn you as well. Yes, they warned you. So apparently that's a thing. Everybody knows that these paints are gonna splatter, and they don't care. They keep making us cut off the tip. Okay, all right, she's a big girl now. She knows how to open a bottle of alcohol ink. We're going to try this Very unique color. The name is so unique, blue. And then I guess we're going to try violet. We're gonna push down. I guess these are really like helpful if you have small children. I actually like this idea. Once I'm getting the hang of it, it's not that hard to open. Let's try some fuchsia. Let's do some sapphire blue, and then let's get like another pink in there. Let's do peach pink. Okay, so we have 5 colors again. Oh my gosh, open please. Gentle. Whew, that's a lot. And then my favorite part. We're going to open these and get it everywhere. Let's zoom in for this. Off to cutting off the tip. You can see I always do this with these scissors. Ugh. Oh, that wasn't bad. One down. Okay, actually, this has not splattered everywhere yet. We're doing pretty good so far. They must know I'm testing them. Okay, yep, that's more like it. Apparently your inks are not open or you are not cutting low enough until the ink splatter everywhere. I want to show you all my wall after this. Oh man, where's some goggles? Let's just move on. All right, let's start with violet. Violet is turning bluish very quickly. It wasn't even vibrant. We'll see how it turns out. Let's take the fuchsia, which is just not fuchsia at all. Maybe I'm the colorblind one. Tell me if this is fuchsia or red. Just please in the comments, just let me know. Cause it's not, I give up. This is gonna take a lot to really make better. Let's see if we have any more colors because I'm trying to hold my thoughts until the end, but sometimes you just have to say what's on your mind. I wonder if the red is like purple, you know, they just mixed up the packaging. No, she's red. The red looks just like the fuchsia. They're like the same color. While we're at it, let's go ahead and test this gold and silver. So here's the gold. Okay, like I expected. Where is it? Okay, maybe let's give her a fair shot. Let's add it with a makeup wedge. Maybe the napkin absorbed it all. You know, let's see. It's very thin. I think this would look really cute over alcohol ink. So okay, so let's put the gold over the blue. Oh no, I lied. Let's try the silver. Okay. Oh, the silver. Oh, okay. So the reason why it's getting purple is because, all right, that's my fault. Let's redo. That didn't happen. My scissors had purple ink on them, so that's not fair. We cannot judge. This could be 5 stars. I don't want to mess this up. Let's get a new makeup wedge. Let's go to a clean spot, give it a fair shot. They're still a little purple, but what is this? How much should I pay for these? I'm gonna have to see the price of this right now. $17.99. I paid $17.99 for this. Third test of the day. These are 20 bottles. They cost me $12.99 for 20 bottles. Look how vibrant they want you to think they are. You know what? I can't be mean to this because I don't know how she is. I don't know how this company is, so I'm just gonna put my feelings to the side and move on with this. It does have the colors on the back. All right, so let's open this bad boy up, and I wonder if you have to cut them. I bet you do. Ooh, fancy. All right, so these are similar to the first bottles, which are the Picasso brand. So they might just be like the same brand, same manufacturer, different quote unquote brand. Let's go ahead and try peacock blue, regular blue, sapphire blue, purple, scarlet. It's not scarlet, it's scarlet. That looks about right. Actually, I think these are probably identical to the first one. I think these are going to be just the same. The tips are the same. The bottle shapes are the same. So this is the first one and this is what these are. Everything is identical. Like the tips, everything, they're identical. All right, so let's test a name brand alcohol ink. I decided to choose my 3 name brands. One obviously is Tim Holtz or Ranger brand. You see it says Ranger up here. The next is my Piñata brand. And then lastly, it's the Brea Reese brand. These 3 are probably my most used alcohol inks that I personally use during the years. I've been using, like I said, about 4 years, and these are the 3 that I fell in love with. I took 1 tumbler, and instead of wasting 3 or having to strip 3, I'm just going to place all 3 of the inks on the tumbler. So I'm gonna do the Piñata on the top, the Brea Reese on the middle, and then the Tim Holtz on the bottom. Let's start with the Piñata brand. I like this brand a lot. I like the fact that it comes with a white cap because a lot of times I accidentally switch up my caps when they're black because you can't see the inks. Basically, when I work with alcohol inks, I uncap all of my inks and then I place them on the bottles at the end, and you can clearly see that the teal isn't going to be placed on the purple one. So you don't have to worry about, whenever you're using your inks again, you don't have to worry about accidentally placing the wrong color on there, and then maybe the ink might turn a little bit of a different color. So I know it sounds silly, but these small little things that I've learned over the years have just made my alcohol ink experience a little bit easier. Another reason why I like these is because they are very affordable in my opinion. I think the average cost of 1 bottle is $2.50. You might think that's a lot, but for the quality of ink, I think that's a good price. We're going to use the teal and then this magenta color. And then I have a darker purple and just a regular purple. So blue, violet, and passion purple. This turned out so cute. Y'all can tell I'm getting lazy with applying these inks because my arm hurts, okay? And for the next one is the Brea Reese. These are the ones that I have least of, not because I don't like them, it's just because every time I order alcohol inks, when you type in Amazon, Tim Holtz, Ranger, Piñata brands, they come up, and these rarely come up. I like this brand. I like how they look. We're gonna go ahead and test them. One thing I don't like about these, the tips are very wide. Now, if you are doing certain projects, like bigger projects, if you need wider tips, you could see the opening of this. It's wider, but with me working with alcohol inks and with me already have such a heavy hand, the wider the tip for me, the more wide the tip to me, the more wide, the harder it is for me to make something pretty, if that makes sense. No, I'm gonna make it pretty. Now we're going to do the berry. Ooh, do y'all see that? I'm not used to using this brand and it already just flew right out. Okay, so here is the middle section, which is drying, and you can see that the way that they're fading, or they basically look like the same brand ink. So they're not different in quality in my opinion yet. Oh, and these have the clear cap. So again, if you get ink everywhere, then you're going to know exactly which cap goes on which color. Now for the last alcohol inks. This is why I'm not a singer. Ranger or Tim Holtz. We're going to use the Sailboat Blue. You can see the caps are black. The only thing I do not like about this brand, I have put so many different caps on so many different colors. I guess I could buy white caps, but I'm not gonna do all that. We have Raspberry, Amethyst, one of my favorites, and Mermaid, one of y'all's favorite. I know this teal and mermaid color, when I put anything with this color on a tumbler, it sells fast. The Tim Holtz or the Ranger brand is on the tumbler. You can see they all look similar. All of these brands look the same. So let me go ahead and take off this tape. Ooh, yeah. Boom. All right, so we're gonna leave these lines like it is because why not? And one thing that is my absolute favorite about all three of these brands, you do not have to cut the tips. There's no cutting. Let me just show you these inks underneath or before epoxying. We have the three brands that I use. Look at it. Then we have Picasso. Ooh. We have Sig Wong. And then we have, I don't even remember the last name, Nawod. So these are the three ones that are like the most recommended on Amazon, like the top sellers, which I believe it might be the top sellers. People who don't use alcohol inks, they might be like, yes, top sellers, 60 cents each, let's go get her. But then they forget that, hey, let me spend a little bit more money to get something with a little bit more quality. I don't know if you guys are seeing this in the camera, but I can tell a huge difference between this quality. We have the blood color, remember that? This looks like something that happens to me once a month. All right, let's get down to business. All right, so letting these all sit 5 hours. Let's try 5 hours, and then let's cover these bad boys with epoxy. The reason why I wait 5 hours until going in with epoxy is to make sure that the alcohol ink on the tumblers are completely dried. You want to make sure it's dry because when I first started doing tumblers, I would epoxy right after I apply my alcohol inks and the epoxy would fade the inks. Maybe if I'm in a hurry, I would wait 2 hours, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and wait the 5 hours. I don't know if it's the brand of epoxy I use. I don't know if this is different for y'all, but this is just how I go about with epoxying my alcohol ink tumblers. And for the Amazon brands, I only epoxied a part of those tumblers only because I didn't want to waste any of the epoxy because I know I'm going to be stripping all three of those tumblers. So I only applied epoxy on certain areas, and that way we can compare the inks with the epoxy and without the epoxy. Welcome back, guys. All four of my tumblers are completely cured. The epoxy has set, and I'm excited to show y'all the final results. For tumbler number one, it's the Picasso, and this tumbler actually really surprised me. You can see how vibrant those colors are now the epoxy is placed on the tumbler. Look at the non-epoxy side compared to the epoxy side. I'm really glad that I decided to leave some blank for y'all without epoxy so y'all can see the difference. Altogether, I'm really not disappointed with this brand. And for the second brand is the Nawod, and this is how it looks. I was so mad at this tumbler, I didn't even finish it. Here is the non-epoxied side, very bland, and then the epoxy side. The colors kind of popped. I just didn't like the texture, or I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I didn't like how the liquid felt on the tumbler. I didn't like how fast the liquid dried, or the inks dried. This is why there's a lot of spots on these tumblers. In my opinion, that's the reason why this tumbler is so blotchy and spotty, is because right whenever that alcohol ink reached the air, applied it on the tumbler, it dried instantly. I didn't have enough time to move it around, to blot it around or anything. It just dried. I would not recommend this brand. Sorry guys. And for my third Amazon brand, which is the Sigwong, this one was also vibrant as well. You can see this is the epoxied side. These colors are popping. And then here's the side pre-epoxy. These colors are very dull, and then it starts to really pop. Not disappointed for the price. Cup number 1, cup number 2, and cup number 3. I would say the winner of my Amazon reviews would be cup number 1, the Picasso brand. There were a lot of things that I liked about it. One, you can see that this is more vibrant. I even think this is more vibrant than this one. I don't know, maybe I'm just being biased, but I really liked the bottles that these were in. They were easy to apply. The only thing I hate about these alcohol inks, well, not the only thing, but one of the things I don't like is the fact that you have to cut them open. So I would definitely recommend cut them on your back porch, on your garage, somewhere where you can actually get dirty. The Nawod brand, I would not recommend at all. I think you guys already know that. I believe these two tumblers, if I sand down, re-epoxy, and throw a cute decal on, I really think I could sell these. What do y'all think? And now for the 3 name brand alcohol inks. We have this beautiful, vibrant tumbler, Piñata at the top, Brea Reese in the middle, and then the Tim Holtz at the bottom. And you can see how beautiful this tumbler turned out. This test has really changed my mind with my Tim Holtz. I really like the Piñata brand, so I might start buying more Piñata and say bye-bye to Tim Holtz. I think overall, out of all 3 sections, the Tim Holtz section really did fade. I don't think it's the fact that I added more of that vibrant, fuchsia color on there. I think that the colors just faded, because you can see this Piñata at the top is really popping compared to this blue and the green and the purple, the Ranger or the Tim Holtz. Remember how I told y'all I typically wait 5 hours until my inks are completely dried and then I epoxy them because it's going to fade the inks? I always use Tim Holtz when I do that. So maybe that's what my problem is. I do think Tim Holtz is the brand with the most alcohol ink colors, but don't quote me with that. I could be wrong, because I know, especially with the last couple years, these alcohol ink companies have been coming up with a lot of amazing colors. Here's my end results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. I had a blast with this video. I had a lot of fun actually just being my goofy self and showing y'all my fun side instead of my boring tutorial side. And like I mentioned earlier, if you guys do want me to review or compare any other items, any other craft items, anything you guys can think of, leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be sure to look at every request. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys had a fun time with me, be sure to click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tumbler and craft videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.